What's good, y'all? Welcome to the Gen TV podcast. As always, your boy Eve.
Hey, Wonder Sauce God.
What's good, man?
It's been a while, man.
Has it been a while?
We're getting back into the rhythm.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's been a little while. We've been a little shaky since crop over.
Right. Just,
Getting back into reality.
Yeah.
But let's get straight into it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go over our Facebook question of the
So
day.
the Facebook question of today is, why aren't you a content creator?
Why aren't you like us? Why aren't you out here putting out content?
Facts. Like, why aren't you out doing it? You're sitting on your couch doing nothing. Might as well get up.
that Eversource.
Right.
Eversource?
Everest.
Everest.
Yeah, Everest commercial.
You know, I seen like that guy speak on it. He never went to the college.
Yeah, he never went to the college. He was like an actor.
Then they shot like the commercial for it in like some random parking lot.
Right.
It was like a cheap ass commercial.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
That
like,
commercial used to make me feel like shit.
Bro, he made
like 10.
Made me feel unproductive. Like I needed to get up and do something. Like, all right, I start cleaning my room or some shit. Like,
Facts. Let's get to it.
All right, so why aren't you a content creator? So Anthony Hardaway said, too old.
I don't think you're ever too old to be a content creator. What do you think?
I think it teeters a line because sometimes I do think about it like, I think that young content creators kind of have like more appeal essentially because people around their age typically have like are watching more content. I feel like people in our age bracket are workers and shit, you know, like I feel like they tend to like look, I don't know. I feel like it depends. It depends on the situation.
See, I think it used to be like that. I think there's a lot of older people watching content now. Like I catch my mom like going through Facebook Reels now. Like,
right.
It's like, lady, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Put the phone down. Go cook something. All right?
Does she got something to do?
Take care of my kids.
Right.
Like,
nah, I do. I mean, sometimes because even for like I feel like the older you get, the more it has to hit. Like you can't just be like an aimless content creator. I feel like when you're younger and you're trying to kind of figure out your way, it's okay to kind of be like a lower level content creator. Okay. I feel like the older you get, it's like, oh, you do content. Oh, you don't have 1 million views. You're wasting time. Like you need to be doing something. You feel me? Like
I don't know, bro. I think you're never too old to follow your dreams. I mean, obviously, a very cliche thing to say, but especially being a content creator, it's like it's so easy to do.
Yeah.
Like I don't think there's really like an age limit for content creation because I'll see dudes who are like 65 on TikTok, like with mad followers, like doing crazy views, like but doing kind of like almost regular shit. But they're just interesting people, right? It's like, what the fuck's a 65-year-old got to do? You just check it out.
But that's what I said. Like, I feel like usually the public I feel like for me personally, not even to say the public perception, but I feel like for me personally, like whenever I'm like, I tell people like, oh, I got a podcast, you know, and they're expecting like it to be like this crazy like amount of views, and then they look at it, they're like, oh, okay, you know, it's like
loser,
right? like why don't you got more views? You know, like you should be mowing the lawn or some shit and you're out here doing a podcast, like, you know. But I don't know. Ronnie Dickens said, not good at being the center of attention. I agree with this.
I can see that,
you know, because for me, not for him personally, but my thing is I hated being the center of attention. Actually, the main reason why I started this podcast was because I kind of wanted to change that about myself, you know. I
want to be that guy.
I didn't say all that, but it would be nice.
That's what you want to be.
I usually like to play the background, you know. I usually like to just like
you want to be an NPC.
Yeah, just stay in my own lane essentially, you know.
Okay.
Like, I don't really like being the center of attention, but it's not bad to break out of old habits, you know.
Okay.
Fred Lee say, I'm guessing you mean streaming or YouTube, etc. I thought you was talking about OnlyFans. I'm part of the problem.
Yeah, okay, that guy went straight to a dirty place.
I mean, content is content. Whatever you want to do, you know. Like,
no, for sure. But they're like, it's the fact that he went straight to that.
That specifically.
Like, we know what you be thinking
about.
Hey,
man, if you want to be an OnlyFans content creator, be my guest. You know, that might be your niche. You never know. One of our old guests. Let me make sure. I'm gonna just say Addy, just to not mess up his name. He said fear.
Fear?
Yeah, fear is one of the things that pretty simple, pretty straightforward.
What would you be fearful of when it comes to being a content creator? Obviously failing.
Yeah, failing, I guess.
Because it's like you're failing in a very public way, right? Because it's one thing to fail and it's just you.
Yeah.
It still sucks, right? But when you fail and people know that you failed,
it
hits a little harder. You know, I definitely understand that one.
Yeah, because I mean, like starting anything, you know, it's almost like if you announce right now, like, hey guys, like went on for Facebook and not even content creation, just like made a post saying, hey guys, like I'm gonna lose X amount of pounds by X amount of date. I mean, you don't do it. If you don't hit it, you feel like shit after, you know, you feel like you kind of like even though nobody may be like tapped into like your post or actually be tracking your weight loss progress, you feel like you let down people, you know, or you're a failure of some sorts. But yeah, I could see that for sure though. You know, like failing or looking stupid in front of people. I could see that. Joe said, he pretty much just used himself, self-plugged his looked like he's like a counselor or he wrote a book. But it's called A Burnout Story. I guess you guys should definitely tap into that.
I could always respect the shameless plug.
Yeah. So tap into Joe's. He actually added a website. It looks like it's the Unpopular Counselor. So definitely tap into that, guys. Sergio said, "Well, I was with my wife and life kind of took some turns, but plan on trying to push it again."
All right, so I'm assuming he was a content creator, fell off, and now he's trying to find the motivation to get back to it again. Yeah. But he said he does with his wife, right? So I don't know if he does couple content. I hate couple content.
No, I get most. The way I took it was he says, "Well, I was with my wife and life kind of took a turn, but I plan on trying to push it again." So it seemed like when he was with his wife,
she ruined his dreams.
He was it hindered it to some extent, you know.
What these women do to you.
Jennifer Brown said, "I can't even get likes. LOL. It wouldn't work for me."
I'll tell you what. I understand that thing because it's like sometimes you post things, you know, and I think we all like to pretend we don't care about likes and interactions on social media, right? But there's a reason you're posting something on social media, right? It's because you want some type of validation, which equals likes. We're all guilty of it. Me as well. Obviously, we do content. We put out obviously, when we put out our content, we want people to like it and view it and share and all that. So I understand that fear. I think that's a big fear right there, right? The fear of zero recognition, like no one acknowledges it, especially because it's free. That's what I understand with like people being stingy with likes online. It's like, yo, it costs you nothing.
I mean, maybe they just genuinely don't like it.
That's true, right? But yo, I like things on social media all the time that I don't like, but I only like it because it's someone that I know personally posting it. Yeah. So I always try to show love because it's free.
Right.
And like, there's a lot of content that I don't like, but I fuck with the person that's doing it. So I like it just off the string because I know you. Yeah. Because I'm silent like that.
Okay. Yeah. You're stamped like that.
Yeah, I'm stamped. Okay. Valid.
They go that arrogancy that we were talking about previously.
But that's good arrogance.
Okay. Craner said, "Because I'm a licensed massage therapist." I mean, I guess he decided to follow his dreams, you know?
You could definitely make content out of that. Like massaging people.
Yeah, you can. You can.
That's a slippery slope to OnlyFans right there. That's a slippery slope.
I mean, you remember a couple of years ago where people were doing like those sensual massages where they were like damn near finger fucking your girl?
Yeah. That
got your fucking dick on her leg while you're massaging her back and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be okay with that.
Like, I don't know, Craner, you might be holding yourself back here.
Yeah.
Sade said too much attention.
Yeah, I mean, you should definitely not get into content creating if you don't want the attention, but that's like what the other guy said.
Right. Jess Baker said, "Can you be more specific?" So we said whatever content you choose. And she said, "Guess you could say I am one then."
Provocative.
I don't know what we're insinuating here, Jess Baker, but you should add a link in the comment section.
What she look like?
I'll show you a picture.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Drop the link.
Drop the link, Jess. All right. Kaylin Marshall said just started.
Okay.
So congrats, man.
Congrats, man, bro. You took your first step.
Yeah, for sure. If we clip this video, definitely drop a link at the bottom of it so we can tap into it.
For sure.
Dukesley said, "I need a great editor."
You don't. That's a common misconception people have when they're thinking about getting into content creation, that you need all this high quality equipment, an editor, funding, stuff like that. You don't. I mean, you know, we obviously use like real cameras and just not our iPhones, but a lot of podcasts that we go on and know, they use cameras and their quality's pretty much equal to ours. So don't hold yourself back thinking that you just need the best content to become a content creator. Honestly, we got like the mics on Amazon for like $20. Like, just start, man. As you grow and scale up, obviously, you know, make sure your equipment grows with you. But to start off, you definitely don't need the best equipment.
So I actually do. I just replied back to you. Yeah, I put He asked later. Have we? So I told him Fiverr.
Okay.
He said, have you ever used anyone off of Fiverr? And I just
we
replied
use
back.
people.
A
lot of our stuff comes from Fiverr.
Yeah, a lot of it. So I said,
cat's out the bag.
more than you think.
Yeah.
Right. Regina said, I have the following. Just don't produce enough content on a daily because I work a lot. Not to mention, people just be watching to be nosy, not to engage to help you grow.
Shit comes with the territory, man. Like, honestly, you want nosy people when you're being a content creator because at the end of the day, it's still views.
Yeah.
They're not liking it, but they're watching that whole thing.
Yeah.
I honestly think the more haters you have, the better your content grows.
Yeah, I think so as well. Like, I 100% agree with you with that.
Our best content is usually people arguing with us in the comments.
Right.
Like, that's
why we like it.
Yeah.
You know, we like when people don't like our videos. Like, and also it helps us grow. You know, not only views wise, but it also tells us what we're doing wrong, like where we may need improvement. So people may not watch your content or may not like your content. It could be a good thing for you.
Yeah.
You know?
But I definitely get the work thing, bro. Like having a full-time job and trying to become a content creator, man, is so hard and draining. Yo, because people think shooting content's easy, but that shit really takes a toll on you.
It takes time. Yeah.
It takes a lot of planning, especially when you're really become serious about it, like we are at this point. It's not like let's just shoot some shit, right? It's like we plan for like
we have to
our
set
days,
time out.
our weeks revolve around the content.
Right. Either missing work or working and then coming here after shooting after. So a lot of times, you know, your schedule do have to kind of work around that some way, some form. And then there's the after production, you know, the editing and the clipping, the comment, the Facebook, managing the social media.
And it's a daily thing.
Right.
Like you don't do it once a week, right? Like obviously if you guys are involved with our Facebook or Instagram, you'll notice that we post content daily.
Right.
That shit takes time.
Right.
Yeah.
You think we want to? I feel like I would love to get to the point where we can outsource that part of it. You know, like
for sure.
Yeah, get to the point.
I'm
where
on
we
vacation doing this shit, man.
Right. Exactly. All right. So Samaj said, "Won't take the time to get set up. I know I need to
do it."
Yeah. And then to wrap it up, Joe Lexa said, "I'm doing too many things, but I'll give it a shot in the near future."
Bro, don't let that near future get away, man.
Yeah. So I asked how near, and he said a year once I complete what I'm currently doing.
Okay. All right, man. Looking forward to seeing it. Maybe we could work in the future.
I know I said that's the last one, but this is actually the last one. Ibrahim said, I just can't talk to myself on Twitch anymore.
I mean, I'm not too familiar with Twitch. I know we tried Twitch for a little bit. Wasn't quite our thing, but I guess if you're not getting any views on that, you are just literally talking to yourself.
Yeah.
So that could be tough.
I mean, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like posting content and not getting viewed, it's like definitely sucks. You know, like it's like not even one person, but you know, you do see like these big content creators that show like, okay, there was one person in their stream, or there was like 10 people that viewed their thing, or even musicians that said I had like 100 monthly Spotify listeners, and then you see them grow to a bigger scale. So I mean, you do have to do it, you know, up until some point. I mean, I guess the biggest part is like we give local rappers so much shit, right? We give local rappers a lot of shit, but in turn, like being a content creator is very similar, you know, where you're trying to put out your craft or put out some sort of entertainment to locally, and it's either catches wind or doesn't. And you do have to figure out a way to know when is it time to pivot or transition into something else or end completely, you know. So maybe Abraham, you reach your point, but I wouldn't say give up. I would say at least try to, you know, pivot, do the pivot into something else. You know. I
mean, as y'all seen, we're trying new things, right? Like we're just not trying to be stagnant doing the same thing and not working. So,
absolutely. Yeah, we're just trying to, you know, kind of just, you know, something's got to stick eventually, you know. And if it won't stick, if you quit, so
yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. So the reason we asked this, right, is because recently a TikToker by the name of Kylie Pitts.
Yeah, Kylie Pitts
started TikTok, I think, a month or two ago, and she pretty much blew up and made enough money where she bought a house and a car off of being on TikTok for 2 months, which is insane.
Yeah. And I didn't even know this was a thing. It was the reactions from people commenting on it that made it like a thing in my.
It made her bigger than I probably sure religion was gonna be. Like this definitely blew her up.
Like I had to go look up who this person was, and it's pretty evident on why she blew up.
So why do you think Kylie Plitz blew up?
Because she's white.
Ooh. Do you think it's easier for white people to blow up on social media?
1,000%. Yeah.
1,000%? Not 100%. 1,000%.
Maybe I'm wrong.
A million?
10,000%.
10,000. Why do you think it's easier?
I was gonna say a million, but I didn't want you to be right.
Do you think that goes for men and women, or white women and white men, or is it specifically towards white women?
So I think there's tiers, right?
Okay.
All right. So white women right here, right? Or white women are up here.
So
people are gonna support them, bar none.
So you think it's the easiest for white women to blow up
for
on,
sure,
social media?
Yep. Then there's white men.
Okay.
Then there's, I would say, just say for simplicity's sake, black women.
Okay.
And then there's black men.
Do you think it's the hardest for black men to blow up on social media?
1,000%, yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I just think we're like, even outside, even in like societal standards, you know, like or societal standards, like black men are typically like viewed as an enemy, essentially, you know, or pretty much on the lowest of the totem pole, you know.
Okay.
And you
do see a lot of content from black women at times just shitting on black men,
right?
And then, I mean, obviously it goes vice versa, but yeah.
So I would say that, like, you know, black men kind of have the hardest struggle in terms of being a content creator. I think the thing with women is that women like to have the title of a girl's girl, and they want to see like other girls win, even though they be hating on the low, which that's a whole nother thing. But like they like to, like, you know, see other girls win or follow like girl content creators, you know. So I think, or I don't even know if they would really support a black woman, but they'll at least like follow her. I think the support pretty much stops at that white man level. Like anything under that white man level, the support actually stops.
So why do you think white women get the most support out of anybody?
I don't know. Like, kind of going back into like outside of content creation, I think white women are like America's favorite victim. You know, I do believe that white women tend to have like that appeal of like, let me help, you know, so like feeling sorry, essentially, or like wanting some sort of like having like being able to draw emotional attachment, I guess is the best way to say it. So I think like when white women post it, you know, it's like usually even their content is much more palatable, much more cleaner. You know, they tend to have like things that are more PG, more family friendly, and people tend to support them, you know. And I think that obviously even on like a socioeconomic scale, now we're getting into like some deeper territory here, right? Even on the socioeconomic scale,
let's dig.
Even on socioeconomic scale, I do believe that white women tend to their demographic is primarily like other white women, and white men may be like a subcategory from that.
They have a bigger population in America,
right? Yeah. So but then like the people that are supporting them are other white women, you know, and usually white women have higher incomes per capita compared to black women. So they have a higher capability of either purchasing from their shop or supporting their brand or whatever thing that they're selling, you know. And white women don't really have the same animosity that the black community have. Like the white community doesn't have the same animosity as the black community, to where like white
toward each other,
right? Where, you know, they want to kind of be like in a crabs in a barrel in a sense, where they want to, because you're outshining me, I don't want to support you because I don't want to seem like a dick rider or like a bandwagoner. So they are more easily able to like. Do you think
white people call other people? What do you think white people call other white people dick riders?
No,
I don't think I've ever heard that.
No, not at all. Like, because it's a really skewed mindset. Like it's a way of thinking. You know, it's like, hey, I have a friend that does this thing. Like, I'm gonna support this friend because I know them, you know, which is the general sense of like support, you know, community, exactly. You know, it's like, okay, let me support this person. Let me purchase buy their cookies or their pie or whatever, or their makeup or whatever they're selling. You know, their daughter's selling lemonade. Let me pull up and buy some lemonade from their daughter so that way she could go to camp. Like, I feel like they just have this higher sense of like, you know, cohesiveness in comparison to black communities, you know. In the black community, we low-key hate on each other, you know, like envy each other. And because you may have something and you may be utilizing your fullest potential, kind of makes me feel as though I should be doing more. And rather than supporting you, I'm just gonna support someone else.
You know what made me think of that one time, right?
What?
When I kind of woke up to that reality, was like, yo, how come every time a black artist, specifically rapper, right, becomes big enough, they're all of a sudden in the Illuminati? Like, people are like, there's just no way you got this famous on your own.
Yeah.
On your own skill, right? Like, you had to sell your soul.
Yeah.
And I never see other white people accuse white artists of being an Illuminati.
No, I think that it's like I said,
no one's ever came up like, yo, Robin Thicke's in the Illuminati.
Bro, you can't, like, it's so weird because you can't even have pride in like your own craft anymore. I feel like they have to find some way to just take it away from you. Like, it was given to you there's some reason why you got it and I don't.
Okay.
And outside of you just working harder than me.
It can't be skill or you work harder. Like,
it can't be that.
You had to suck somebody's dick.
Right. you had to sell out on somebody. Yeah. You had to, go against
somebody over.
You got to go against the hood rules that we made up. Like, it had to be something besides besides me just being lazy, like, or me just not having the skill that you have, like,
okay.
It's so weird because it's like I said, white women will support other white women hands down, right?
Without the Illuminati charges.
Without the Illuminati accusations, right? They'll support other white women hands down. And then obviously, what does that then draw in? It draws in the white men to then support this white woman, right? And then outside of that, the black women are getting, like, they're watching this happening. And the wildest thing is they'll support a white woman before they support their local black person. Like, it's the craziest thing to me that I don't understand. Like, they would rather run and support that person because they're getting this huge following. It's like, we need to see, I guess, proof of action before, like, proof of concept before we decide to support somebody, like, we will only support if the person blows up to, like, a certain extent. We won't support if the person, like, on a person's on the way up, now that she got a million subscribers or 1 million followers, more people are going to support her. I guarantee you, bro, there's a large percent of black people that follow her. I guarantee you, without even going through her followers.
This Kylie Pitts girl.
This Kylie Pitts girl, yeah.
That'd be a good like, little case study to do, right? Like, to look up the race demographic of her following.
Bro, I guarantee
that'd be crazy.
I guarantee it, bro.
That would be crazy.
I guarantee you. Not to say that I'm not saying it's gonna be the majority, but I'm gonna say it's a large percentage of it. Like, and I think that's why, like, Kylie Pitts is following, like, the Taylor Swift blueprint, where, like, she's just, more marketable than the average black woman. Like, we tend to have more edgy conversations, more provocative conversations, more
things that brands probably don't want to sponsor.
Exactly, And,
I mean, I would get why they don't want to sponsor our shit.
Right. Look at what happened with Miley Cyrus, right? Like, she was America's favorite teenager, and then she transitioned into rap and then plummeted. You feel me? And then try to bounce back and had some bangers on her bounce back, but just never really took off after that. It's like, you have to kind of.
She went black, tried to go back, and they were like, no, no.
You pick the side. You pick the side. Stay there. Yeah. Like, I feel like that's the same thing with, like, these white content creators. Like, even I can't remember the girl from TikTok that was from Connecticut. Her, like,
the dancing girl,
Charlie
D'Amelio.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that, right? She if you look at her content wasn't even really that entertaining, like, it was kind of like this unseasoned version of, like, black content creators, and then they bite that, transition it into their own, I guess, unseasoned version, and then they blow up and it kind of deemed as, like, this pioneer of fucking TikTok,
this original,
like, yeah,
content
and
creator.
It's like, even the funny thing is, not to segue too much, but another person had got called out for that. There was a TikToker, a guy that was called out for blatantly.
There's multiple though. I think you're talking about that white guy. He was copying a lot of people.
He was copying a lot of black creators.
And then someone finally called him out, and he got backlash for, like, a little bit,
and then continue to copy black creators.
He's like, this shit's working for me,
right?
So yeah.
But what he does, he remixes it to make it a little bit more white, and then a little bit more.
The thing is, when you're a big content creator and you steal a smaller content creator's idea, everyone's gonna think it's you because you already got this massive following. Right. So you must have the skills and, like, the brain thinking to come up with this type of content. Right? Yeah. And it's going to get way more reach than the other person is going to either way. So people are going to see that content way before they see the person that originally came up with it. And then if the truth comes out, most people don't even give a fuck.
Yeah, I think.
Yo, how do you feel? How do you feel about that? People stealing content.
I'm
kind of on the. I don't know. I don't know where to lean.
I'm okay. So I'm okay with stealing content, but I do think some credit needs to go to the originator. Okay. I do like. Don't get me wrong. Like I think that you may drop a video, right, that inspires me to. I'm like, damn, I wish he had kind of done it like this, you know, and I remake the video to the way that in my own way, right? And let's just say I don't even remake the video in my own twist. Let's just say I copy it bar for bar, right? And I decide to remake it. I think that I should highlight you in some way, some form. You know,
what do you think about people that don't give the credit though?
I think that's shady. I do 100% agree that that's shady. I don't like when do
you think TikTok or social media should do some type of like council where they like review this kind of stuff, and if you call out the content creator that stole your thing and you have proof and dates, that content should be taken down?
I don't think it should be that to that extent, but I do think that they should divvy up the revenue that goes to that video.
That's good.
You know, I do think that I don't think it should be removed because the person did shoot it. You know, they did do it, but I think that there should be like some sort of like royalties. You know, like there should be some royalties that they get off of that.
Right, yeah.
In a sense, you know, because a lot of these smaller content creators, they are the ones that are originators, and it tend to be more black people than not. You know,
that's true.
They are the originators of these trends that we're doing. Even like the dance, like there's a dance right now where can't remember the guy's name, but there's a dance right now that's like pretty popular. Nobody knows who fucking did the dance, but I ended up finding the guy that originated the dance. His views are nothing in comparison to the other people that have done it, you know?
How it goes.
And I do think that there needs to be like more highlights of like where did this come from, essentially. And you know what's funny? I do like segueing a little bit. I do like the content of like the TikTok pages where they show you like the original sound, where the original sound comes from, or where the original dance come from, because I do like the origin. You know, I do like to see like where did it actually stem from. But going back, I think that Kylie, she's actually, like I said, she's following Taylor Swift's blueprint, where like, you know, she's the most marketable person. You know, she's kind of once again falls into
eventually she ended up getting beat by that black dude.
Which
the one that doesn't talk. He just like kind of like points at shit.
Charlie?
Yeah, Charlie. What? No, his name's not Charlie.
No, Charlie, the Connecticut guy, the Connecticut girl.
She got beat. Yeah, at one point she was the most followed person on TikTok, which is crazy. Like randomly from Connecticut. Like shout out to us.
Right. Yeah.
Shout out to us. But then she ended up getting beat by that dude. I think he's like from Italy or something like that. The black dude that like he doesn't say shit.
I thought it was French or some shit.
Yeah, whatever. Italy, French.
Same thing.
On that side.
Right. Over yonder.
On that side, right? Where they use bidets over there. I know that.
But yeah, I do remember that she ended up getting outpassed by him, which I don't even see much of his content anymore either.
I've never seen her content. I used to see his content. Yeah. I've never seen her.
No, I never seen her content like come up on my feed either. Yeah. You know, I had to go look up her content to see like why is she so popular.
Sometimes I wonder, it's like, yo, how are these people this big, but I don't ever see your content?
I don't know, because I think it's like
it's something kind of like a little fake going on here, a little I think conspiracy theory shit.
I don't think so. I think it's actually what it is. Like I think the algorithm just doesn't push it to us. Like the more videos that we like, it's gonna push more light content towards us. You know, I think every now and then you'll get a straggler of you know,
just
Charlie.
to see like let's see if let's see if they like how you fucks with this shit.
Right. And then, you know, if we swipe past it, then it's like, okay, they really don't like it. Instead of showing it every 10 times, let's show it every 20 times, you know? And then, okay. And then just kind of tapers on. And then it's like, yeah, really don't.
Algorithm man.
he really don't fuck with this shit, you know? But, I think that, like, I don't know. I think that it doesn't surprise me that Kylie is at the place where she's at right now.
Backtracking a little bit, right? So it's been stated by multiple black content creators, right, that TikTok favors white content creators over black and brown people, right? Now that obviously it's not like proven in a sense, like there's not like objective proof that this is the reality of it, but enough people feel like it's the truth, right? So I think there must be some type of like validity to it, right? So with black content creators knowing that TikTok is purposely biased, and we've been a victim of that shit, right? Where some of our content's been flagged, and like you'll see content way worse than our shit, and it's just like, obviously from white content creators, it's like, what the fuck, right? So us knowing that, right? What can we really do? Should we like just leave the platform, or just kind of continue to be fucked over?
It's a hard question to answer because, okay, you leave the platform, you go onto another platform, then you're only really marketing to like people that are like you, you know. And once again, Black people need to be part of something, and they want to be part of the Facebooks, the Instagrams, and it's just gonna die down. I mean, we saw that with like, I think there was like a Black Twitter that came out.
That lasted like 2 weeks,
right? And then everybody was supposed to be running over to there, and that shit died out. You know, like it's just kind of comes with the territory, to be honest with you. So I think
kind of like depressing in a sense. It's like, yo, you know, it's fucked up, but you continue to be part of the fucked up process, like, in the hopes that one day it'll change.
I mean, we don't. But this is even outside of social media, this is a main thing.
Yeah, that's like life.
Let's go back to Elvis, right? Elvis stole his song from the blues, right? Then you had Eminem trickled into hip hop. He made hip hop a bigger thing. Yeah. Then Post Malone piggybacked off of hip hop to make himself who he is right now. Macklemore, hip hop, and make himself into who he is. You have Adam 22 using the backs of fucking Black people to post his content. You have DJ Vlad using the backs of Black people to post his content. So would I say that hip hop should stop? Would I say that those other areas should like cease production? No, I think that like you kind of just have to continue business as normal. I don't know what the answer is, to be honest with you. I think the only way is to get more Black people in these higher seats of these other companies, so that way that it could kind of be a little bit more even. But even then, I don't foresee that really being much of a change. I mean, the closest thing we have to that is Jay-Z making like his own title, his own platform,
which I don't even use.
Nobody uses, right? Because we want to be part of something.
You know, I've never actually like met someone that uses Tidal to stream music. That's a good point. Is that still around?
It's just not in. You know, it's not the thing to listen to. Like, we don't want to.
Because here's my thing, right? Once I start something, right, like whatever thing I start with, that's usually what I'm gonna use forever. Look, because I don't like change. Like, I don't like iPhones. Right. I don't like iPhones anymore. I fucking hate everything how they operate. Right. Like now, because even when you buy an iPhone now, they don't even come with chargers anymore. Like, these people are out of their fucking mind. Right. I hate it. Right. I hate it. But I've been using it for so long where I just can't do it. Like, I can't go to an Android.
You sip the Kool-Aid and you love the way it tastes. Like,
I don't love the way it tastes.
But you're still drinking it.
I'm just pure laziness. That's just it.
But I'm telling you that it's like we have to be part of something. Like, okay, for example, Tidal, right? Tidal is an opportunity there. We could easily pivot over there, but we're not going to because it's just not in. We don't like iPhones, right? We could easily go to Android. We just don't like to. We don't want to because it's shitted on to be part of the Android community, be part of the green text bubble community. Like, nobody wants to do that. You feel me? It's like we have to be part of something. Like, we have to be part of like where the masses are. Black people must follow. Like, that's where we're gonna go. And I feel like that's the only. There's no other way around it. So creating your own companies is not really gonna be beneficial unless your company becomes big enough to draw the attention of everyone else. You know. Well, I'd say the only thing is to, like I said, to sit in these higher seats and
climb up the corporate ladder and try to
be part of the
look
people.
Look out for your people when you're at the top.
Yeah, and be part of the people that actually have a way to make change. You know.
All right. Speaking of content,
okay,
we had a kind of a content creator pop up locally, in the last week or two.
Okay.
On Facebook.
Okay.
The Waterbury Exclusives.
Person. Right.
The mystery person.
The mystery person.
What do you think about this person?
I think I like it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Full disclosure, we actually tried to reach out this guy or girl to come on the pod, but obviously they didn't want to. I think because they want to stay anonymous.
You're right.
Which I kind of get because they're putting some pretty risky content out.
Well, hey, if you see this video, you could be off camera. We could figure out a way.
We could figure out something, man. Let's get you on here.
Let's bring. Come on. But I do like the content. I think it kind of mixes up like Waterbury settles a lot. You know, where like it's almost like. You know when like the smoke clears?
Yeah.
I feel like Waterbury is just constant smoke. Like it's just constant like just fog. So I feel like it mixed up things enough to where like it actually had people talking for a little bit and it brought some
fun. It was fun. It wasn't too like mean or it didn't come off bullying. The one that the vocalist one was kind of funny though, where he kind of shitted on like the vocalist of Waterbury.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, you see that one?
No.
He made a list of like I think the worst vocalists.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vocalists in terms of like singers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that. Watch that one. Nah, but it reminded me of like old school. Obviously, this is a completely like it turns a good thing to a bad thing. But you remember when like people used to post like expose people at one point in time, and we had like those exposed pages. Yeah. It reminded me of like that sense where like it kind of highlighted like this specific person from this area.
Do you think this person running the Waterbury exclusive thing? Do you think it's one person? Do you think it's multiple people? Do you think it's a man, woman? What do you think? I can't guess.
I truly believe, and let's just be clear, right? I never talked to this person.
Okay.
You reached out to them.
Yeah.
You're the one that reached out to them. So based off of my view on this whole situation, I think it's a gay man.
You think it's a gay man?
I think it's a gay man.
Really? Why do you think it's a gay man?
I don't know. It's just gay man activities.
Okay. What did you think of the top 10 baddies?
There's some heat in there.
There's some heat?
Yeah, they had some things.
Do you think
they
were missing anybody? Do you think anybody could have swapped
they definitely
out?
was missing some people.
They was
definitely missing some people.
Okay.
But they had some heat in there for sure.
Had some heat?
Yeah.
What'd you think of the top 10 male baddies?
I appreciated it because like guys will get highlighted that often,
Okay.
So like for them to, the first thing I saw when they made the guy version, one, am I in this shit? And then two,
am I a baddie?
Am I part of this shit? Nah.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I think every guy like deep down was like
did I make the cut?
Maybe?
Did I make the cut?
Like what I gotta do?
Maybe they fat. Maybe they love fat niggas. I don't know.
Okay.
But one, am I in this shit? And two, damn, like they actually made
Call me arrogant.
Damn, they made something for the niggas. You feel me? Like, yeah, I think it was dope though. I definitely believe it was dope.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see how this plays out, man. I hope this isn't like a one-time thing or like obviously I think they did a couple, but I hope it continues. Like I don't know what these lists, what other like creative lists like this person can do, but it's definitely like stir up the town a little bit, which is fun. But like I said, stir up in a positive way. Yo, as long as somebody's not getting fucking shot over some dumb shit, which happens to be the case quite regularly nowadays, like I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? Yo, and it wasn't too mean.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun.
It was not mean at all. Well, besides the vocalist one. Besides the vocalist one. I haven't seen that one. I'm gonna watch that. But I think that what they should do to kind of stir the pot a little bit more is rate the people. They should rate the people and rank them, one out of the two. So that way, like, it kind of creates a little bit more banter in between it. Because I think like most people are flattered like having their name broadcasted in this video, and then it just dies down. But I think if you want a little bit more interaction, I think you, based off of your own personal preferences, just rate the people that you rate.
I bet his next list or him or her, they, them, whatever. Like the top 10 hoes I want to be. Not that positive one, but would be interesting. I'd be tuned in.
You drop some phone numbers at the bottom of at the bottom of the picture. Like, but outside of that, I think I do like it though. I like it a lot.
And then in other Waterbury news, so McFarland's, a bar that's been around fucking forever, finally closed down. For good. I mean, I don't know what was going on with them. They were like kind of open.
They were open, then closed, then open.
But they couldn't stay open later or something like that.
I don't know what happened.
So what happened with McFarland's? Like, what do you know?
I have no idea.
Conspiracy theories?
I mean, some conspiracies was like there was a lot of illegal activities going on behind the scenes. I don't know.
You know something.
I don't know.
Like, come on, say it.
Word on the streets is some things was happening at McFarland's.
Like what? What things were happening? What's the street saying?
The streets are saying that some illegal.
You be in the
things.
streets like that?
I don't be in the streets, but the streets be talking. They come and they whisper in my ear and tell me what's going on out there.
All right.
But yeah, there's some things was happening out there.
So yeah, I guess something happened.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Right.
Drop it in the comments. Like, we like to know.
We would love
like
to know.
We've been there a couple times.
Yeah, a few
Had
times.
some good times there.
Mm-hmm.
But looks like it got bought over. I seen a sign called The Takeover. I think that's gonna be the new name of the club or bar. I don't know which direction they're going into. I've seen the people that I think are opening. I don't want to say the names yet because I'm just not positive that's the person.
Right.
If it is the people that I think it is, I think one of the guys I went to high school with. So like, yo, it's always nice seeing people that like I personally know and like went to school with doing like dope things like this.
I mean, it is dope because you have Central Square now, which is people that you went to school with, and then you have this one as well.
Yeah, so look at these will-be losers that they thought wasn't gonna amount to anything. Look at this. We're doing shit.
Nah, Will-Be still is a fucking degenerate school.
I don't give a fuck. We out here. We
I
out
mean,
here doing things.
I will say that.
We out here doing things.
Will-Be, I don't know, besides the fucking maybe dodging bullets or the fucking fist fights every day on the way to school made you guys become entrepreneurs. I don't know what it is. Like, it brought out the real boss in y'all niggas.
Yeah,
like,
we gotta make it. We gotta make it. This ain't it.
This
Can't send my kids here.
Nah, hell no. Like, but I do see that. I would hope that this bar is successful. You know, okay. I think that a lot of times, well, not a lot of times, but I do think that we've seen staple bars like just shut down over the years. You know, and or kind of just follow the same blueprint of the name that it had before. And I don't really want it. If you take over the takeover, do not follow McFairlawn's. If you can replicate Stadium, I would highly appreciate it. I would highly appreciate it.
The Stadium was definitely a top tier bar in Waterbury.
If you can, bro, the wings was phenomenal.
Food was good.
The vibes was good. The drinks was good.
Yeah.
Like, I think Stadium or the takeover, if you can replicate that, I would be happy. Like,
you got any other advice or tips that they should
do? Not fucking charge or cover your bar.
Oh, okay. Right? That's another thing.
Yeah.
So the takeover, if you guys become a bar, which I think that's the direction y'all coming over, right? Understand that you are a bar. Bars do not do cover charges. Clubs do cover charges. Some lounges do cover charges. Bars don't. I'm telling you. Cover charges at bars are very off-putting because I can always find a bar that does not have a cover charge
and go there.
That's just my only advice. Any other thing?
I would suggest also mix up the lit days. So I remember before COVID, we had something to do every day. So like Sunday night, you would go to a spot. Yeah. Monday night you had Illusions. Tuesday I think was a kind of dead day.
Yeah.
Wednesday you had Prestige. Thursday was McFairlawn's.
That's Prestige when I was in the corner over there. Right?
Yeah,
the small spot before they moved over.
Thursdays was McFairlawn's. Fridays you would kind of bounce between like Friday and Saturday. You kind of like teeter between lit and then like wherever else you want to go.
Okay.
But all right, so La Corda or whatever the fuck that place is called on Meriden Road. Not Meriden Road, on Frost Road, like down the street from you guys. They already got Thursdays. Central Square is open on Thursdays. You don't want Thursdays. You want to do like a Wednesday, a Monday, a Tuesday, something like that. So that way it breaks up the days. I think like we need to get back into like having something to do every night because outside of a Thursday night, there really ain't shit to do. You know, like
you know what's another thing that Waterbury doesn't have is good day spots.
That too.
Like, you know, obviously I think it's a harder thing to do to have day parties because people work, especially during like the weekends.
Also, yeah.
But if you could kind of finagle some day parties on a Sunday or a good brunch, House of Goats had some good brunches.
They had that shit on lock.
Yeah. So I don't know if they're still open or not.
They are still open. I think word on the streets. Again, the streets we talking.
Yo, you be in the streets.
The streets we talking.
Okay.
Is that they're under this house, the Waterbury House of Goats is under like a new owner or some shit. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not under Resto.
All right.
Word on the streets. I haven't confirmed.
If you guys could make a dope brunch spot on Sundays, I think it'll be good. It'll be a good look around.
I think it'll be harder for that one if it's a bar, because bars aren't really a brunchy. You know, like that's more like
House of Goats was a bar.
No, that was more like a lounge.
It was a lounge.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just some ideas. We're people that like to go out.
Yeah.
And we're just telling you what we like to do when we go out, and I think we speak for a lot of people, right? So just some thoughts. Obviously, you guys know better than us,
right? You guys opened the shit.
Yeah, not us. So yeah. But I look forward to going there, man.
Yeah, I do look forward to going.
It's like literally 2 minutes away from my house, so I could really get fucked up there and drive home safely.
Right. Yeah, I do think that. I think that I'm looking forward to this new venture that they're going through. I think that between them and between Central Square, I think Waterbury is on the upcome. I mean, you could include La Corda or whatever the fuck.
I've never been in there, so
that's more of a Dominican spot, and Prestige.
I haven't been to the new one.
Prestige. It's kind of black, I would say. I think
we need more Spanish in there. The other one used to be. The other one was real Spanish in there before.
I don't know. It's kind of weird because I feel like it was Spanish, but I feel like it's transitioning to like be more like a black crowd now.
Okay. Like, sure it's just not Dominicans?
No, they're not Dominican. But I would say that it's becoming, maybe it's on specific days, because I didn't know Prestige had that where like certain nights would be like Black Night essentially, and then the other nights would be like Dominican Night. But yeah, if you guys could, I do like to see like more Black owned like bars and restaurants. So if you guys could maintain that, have some good food, like good options for food, please have food like late night, because people want to eat. You know, I think that's one of the issues I find with like
kitchen down like 9:30.
Yeah, like that. Most places they either don't have food or they close it down extremely early.
Yo, and make sure the food's good. I know a lot of bars like obviously focus on drinking, which is the reason most people go to a bar, right? But if you make it to where like the food is really good, where you just like sometimes like maybe you don't want to go out for a drink, like you just really want to go in there and get some food.
That's what the stadium was, bro.
Because the stadium, like I would just go in there and get
the
wings,
bro. The wings were slapping.
Yeah,
bro. The wings were slapping. The pool table, you'll catch a wings. You end up getting a drink because you're already there. You know, like it definitely a vibe. I think that's what it's missing right now.
Yo,
that's what Waterbury's
missing. Waterbury. Please don't fuck it up for these people, man. I'm sure they put their hard-earned money into this project. I think this is probably something very personal, very special to them. Yeah. Don't go into this place and fuck it up by fighting or doing shootings outside.
Well, fights are gonna happen, but we could limit the shooting. They don't
have that because you know what's crazy? But they're gonna. Because it's like, look at that bar that was in Southington, not 66 Church, but was it 76 Center?
75 Center.
75 Center, right? Yeah. That was a really good bar.
Yeah.
Right, and it got shut down because one fucking fight. Right. Yeah. And I understand, right? You don't know these people. You don't owe them anything, right? But it's fucked up to fuck someone's livelihood.
Yeah, I'm part of the issue. I fought outside of 75 Center.
What?
I fought outside of 75 Center.
Right. You thugged out for real. But you weren't the fight that like shut the place down. Right. But you know what I mean? Just like, try to be mindful of like the people that are running these things, because if you go in there and fuck it up, right, and then they close down, then you just have nothing.
Right.
Then what?
You fuck it up and then literally walk away while these people's livelihood is like completely fucked up because they still have debt. They still got to pay that shit. Yeah. But I feel like but the fights are gonna happen. It's the shootings. Like if security is there, you can figure out a way.
Maybe I just thought of an idea. Maybe the takeover, right, could have some boxing gloves there. Not for real. Like, why don't we do shit like that where we just set up fights? Like if you had a bar or club and you really want to fight somebody, like go up to the fucking manager, like, I'm about to knock this nigga out right? Like, get the shit ready. We set it up, get a little circle, get a little ring going on, we give y'all gloves, rock out, get y'all frustration out.
They could get injured and then they
if they're gonna fight anyway, give them gloves. Give them a mouthpiece. Let's set the shit up.
I'm
spitballing here.
It's not a bad idea.
You said if the fights are gonna happen anyway, right?
Yeah.
Let's try to make them a little safer. That's all.
Have a ring in the center kind of thing?
Yeah.
AB?
I'm just saying.
Legally? I don't know. You might have to.
Just a thought. All right, just a thought. But, good food.
Good food consistently, like every day, if not, like have at least like some good food that is open at least to the time, like maybe a half hour or an hour before club closes. I think like we do shut down the food a lot earlier than like people are hungry when they're drunk.
Yeah.
Me specifically, I am people.
Yeah. What?
All right.
Best of luck to y'all.
Right.
Best of luck to y'all. Honestly, like I said, we can't wait to go there and check it out ourselves. Next topic.
Yeah.
Who do you bank with?
Bank of America. Big B.
Big B.
Yeah.
I hear bad things about Bank of America.
Bad things about all of them.
I personally bank with Wells Fargo, another
the scam artists of them all.
The scam artists of them all. Wells Fargo's always in some shit.
The people that are creating accounts and lying, like signing up fucking people's accounts for people's social security numbers.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. That's what we bought. We bought scamming.
That's what you trust.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you heard about Chase, right?
I heard about Chase. You know what's funny? I really always wanted to like bank with Chase, but there's just none locally.
You're right. Is there? I don't think there is one in our city.
Mm-hmm. No, there's none over here. They had one in New Haven, and I think they got rid of it. And I think the only place now is Bridgeport. It's just the commercials are always appealing to me. I don't know why.
I like their logo. I like the blue.
Yeah, it's dope.
But it's kind of funny that they have a Chase in Bridgeport, which is, to me would be like where the biggest scammers are.
Right.
Like if there's one city that's scamming, it's Bridgeport.
Well, hey, I tell you what. Chase, niggas was chasing the bag. You see what he did there?
Yeah, that's clever. Proud of you.
Yeah.
We don't get that too often from you.
Right. Yeah, niggas was chasing the bag. So local news is that people were there was a new Chase glitch that had lines.
The money glitch.
Yeah,
the money hack.
They, you know, when you hit that that L1 R1 in fucking Grand Theft Auto, they had to hit the money cheat code and went to Chase Bank and had lines outside of Chase Bank for some sort of glitch. So the glitch apparently caused people to have like to be able to withdraw 10,000, 30,000, 50,000.
Like some people. The funny thing is, they were broadcasting this. Like they were putting out content about robbing a bank,
right?
Which is just so on brand with this generation.
You just make things hot all the time, you know.
So pretty much is these people were writing themselves checks with an amount, and then my bank can't do this because they're too busy scamming me, so you can't scam them.
They said, scam artists know the scams, so they just prevent the scams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So these people were like, they would write down a $10,000 check to themselves and then cash it in their bank account, and their bank was clearing the check. Some banks take a couple days. I guess Chase clears it on the spot.
And immediately. Niggas say, yo, you can have your money today.
You can withdraw
It's my money and I want that shit now.
And people thought this was a money hack. Back in my day, they just call it check fraud.
Right.
That's
word on the streets is that's what that's actually called.
It wasn't a money glitch. Right. They just call it check fraud. And I think they used to get the FBI involved.
Okay.
Like to come get you.
I don't know. You know, I did see the videos for that. I saw the lines out there and I didn't understand like what was happening and why were people able to withdraw this money. But we've seen it before. We've seen it with like people figuring out a way to withdraw money out of banks and overdrawing their accounts or having money deposited in their account. So this isn't nothing new. This is right on brand for us black people. You know, this is right on brand for us.
Think the worst.
I just call it like I see it, man.
Okay,
just call it like I see it. But you know what's fucked up is that like, so people were taking all this money out, and then so we saw it before too with Cash App too. Cash App also had like a Cash App hack at one point in time where like something they were able to do, some way somehow was able to get like thousands of dollars. Yeah, they were able to get tens of thousands of dollars, and it made ways also through TikTok, kind of very similar. Like we figure out a way all the time to just do it, but it's fucked up because like people would take this money and go buy a fucking chain. You know, like people probably did this shit and went and bought some new fucking Balenciaga sneakers or like whatever the fuck is in right now. Some new,
all right, some new jeans. Damn, like we can't do the money.
Nah, fuck
like,
that.
We supposed
to
invest that shit immediately,
bro. It's like what you're doing is fucking your credit up. You're never gonna be able to pay this shit back, right? And it's like even if you don't give a fuck about credit, at some point you will, right? And it's like one, you're either gonna have to pay the shit back, or two, you're going to jail and then have to pay the shit back. Like it's like one out of the two things.
One thing about these big corporations, they're getting their money back.
Yeah, one way or a fucking other.
In money or blood.
I'm gonna find you, and I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, like, bro, they're essentially like the mafia. Like, you're not fucking with these people. Like, these people make people go away.
Yeah, bro, that's like, I feel like I thought about this, right? When this whole thing came out, it's like, okay, if you're gonna do this, just say you're down on your luck, right? You're down to your last, like, your account hit is in a negative, or probably is kissing the negative line, right?
Yeah.
Just say you deposit the check, you know somebody that got some good credit, you open up a business in their name, purchase a house, do something, you know, where you're able to at least have some sort of stream of some sort of revenue coming in. Whatever the fuck it is, you know, figure out a way to flip that money and then pay back the fucking debt from that money.
Yo, you sound like one of these pyramid scheme dudes on TikTok that's like, yo, just buy my course.
Just buy my course, nigga.
Buy my course.
Buy my course, nigga. Sign up for Forex.
Use that Chase money to buy my course, and then I'm going to help you make it 3 times back.
Exactly. You know, you pay Chase bank their money back and maybe a little interest, and you'll be good. But I think, you figure out a way to flip the money. I feel like people just take the money and just squander it away, you know, and don't do anything with it. It probably end up in debt or jail over some fucking new jeans and a big ass chain, like a fucking Cuban or some shit. Like, when you could figure out a way to like open up a business or something where at least you could start making payments on the debt, but now you're in a much better position where you have some sort of income and you're paying off this fucking big ass debt.
What you're thinking is, what you're saying is you want people that are robbing banks and posting themselves on TikTok robbing banks to have logic. That's what you want these people to do.
It's a unicorn theory here.
Okay, all right.
It's a unicorn theory, and I know that it's foolish of me. It's some might call it Delulu.
Okay,
but for me, I do think that they should have some sort of logic. Okay, hopefully there's one person that is like, okay, I'm gonna use this as a come up, and they figure out the way to come up. Even if they gotta buy a key, I don't know, like flip that shit some way somehow.
Is that shit some way somehow.
I don't know, like figure out some way.
I mean, you be in the streets talk to you. You tell me how easy is it to flip a key?
No, it's not that easy. Okay. But figure out a way, like
you told me it was a level 4 gangster. You telling me you're looking like you're a level 8.
You never know. I told you I could teeter. I teeter on the scale. Right. But figure out some way to flip the money, or please deposit Chase money back.
Just give them back. Just make your life easy.
Yeah, just hand it in.
They getting that money back, either the actual money, blood, or time in prison. But they getting it back.
And when you do time in prison, you're gonna still have to pay that shit back. Yeah. Like it's not you're going to sit that shit down. You're not going to sit down and come out a free man after.
Exactly.
But
all right, and then on a kind of a darker note, sadder topic here. As of right now, I mean, I think it's been kind of confirmed. I think Rich Homie Quan passed away from an overdose. Or that's what they're saying or speculating.
We actually have 2 major deaths. We have Fat Man Scoop.
Fat Man Scoop passed away on stage in Connecticut.
Yeah, on stage in Connecticut. He died of, I think, a pulmonary embolism.
A PE?
Yeah,
really?
I think so. I think that's what.
Damn, that's a hip hop legend right there, man.
Yeah, he died. So RIP to Fat Man Scoop, and then we got breaking news that Rich Homie Quan died.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a sad month for hip hop, man. And these are 2 big people. Like, obviously, Fat Man Scoop's been around since like I was a
legend, bro. Like, legend.
That's yeah. And then Rich Homie Quan, obviously, I think he hasn't really made too much noise in like the last couple of years, but I think was it like 2013 and like 16?
Yeah,
he had unlocked.
He was trying to do like lately. He's been doing like more appearances, so I know he was like he was under the radar for a while, and then lately he's been appearing in like different videos. I've seen him in a couple of
interviews
and like the pop the balloon style videos also, like it's something around that. Maybe not actually pop the balloon, but like something very similar to that. I know he was like showing his face a little bit more now. Unfortunately, he did pass away from an overdose.
I mean, I don't think it's been confirmed it's an overdose yet, but like say hypothetically it is. I think this should be a good wake up call for a lot of younger people, especially younger people in the Black and brown community, because drugs is kind of hitting our community like crazy in the last couple of years. Where I remember when I was younger, bro, doing drugs was embarrassing. Like that wasn't something you did, right? Where now it's like promoted. Yeah. Like I was watching a video, fucking like a bunch of black teens doing whippets.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, fucking nitrous, nigga.
Like that's a white person thing.
Bro,
like I don't know, like
bro. I remember Steve-O. Fucking, I remember everybody was looking at Steve-O was crazy for Steve-O from Jackass. He was addicted to nitrous at one point in time, and I think that was the thing that caused him to get on this health journey that he's on right now, where he's pretty much a much healthier version of himself, but like. He had a very serious problem with nitrous, and now they, instead of the little canisters, they repackaged it into fucking big ass whipped cream bottles and marketed it to our kids now.
It's crazy.
It's like
obviously, and then like lean's still a big thing in our community.
So I wasn't around for it, right? And I wasn't obviously aware of like the impact that it had, but if the crack epidemic was anything similar to the shit that we've been seeing recently, like that had to been a fucking force to go to witness, because I feel like right now, like the kids are just doing whatever. Like we had, like I said, we popped mollies, we did lean, we got people doing fucking e-pills. Now they're going to whippets.
Coke.
Yeah. Coke is a light drug now. Weed is a light drug now. Like
people talk about Coke like it's nothing.
Yeah. Weed is just like Coke and weed are just like.
I was out at a bar like probably a month or two ago, right? And I'm with one of my boys. Me and him are talking to like the bartender. She just fucking pulls out Coke like nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, is no one gonna address this? Like, is this only a big deal to me?
Yeah. I mean, because
turns out it was only a big deal to me. Like that was nothing to her or anybody in the room. I was like,
bro,
okay.
We are going so far. We're pushing the scale so far at this point that I don't even know what the fuck is next. Like I feel like somebody's gonna make heroin lit. Like they're just gonna be like, yo, fuck what the media says.
These needles is dope.
Who needs your teeth anyways? Niggas is buying veneers out here, bitch. You're broke if you don't got veneers. So like,
I got a question for you. What rapper do you think made doing drugs cool? Who's the first rapper that really put drugs on?
If I had to choose, I would say Wayne.
That's my guess.
I would say Wayne.
I feel like Wayne definitely made being high the thing to be, especially with lean.
Yeah.
And then I think Future took it and fucking
blew
ran
that shit.
with it.
Blew that shit the fuck up, honestly. Yeah. Like Wayne, I remember Wayne.
And I think Wayne was true to it, like as far as doing drugs.
Yeah, like, he was like he had
now you see Lil Wayne, he looks crazy.
Yeah, he was.
I think Future was capping. I don't think Future did the drugs that he really rapped about.
Well, you look at like old school Wayne. Like I remember there was like interviews and stuff of people interviewing him about lean and he had a lot of health concerns, being rushed to the hospital a couple times
for seizures and shit.
And he was actually like addicted to that shit. But then once again, like, in that era, people like things were a little less attainable. You know, like.
I used to think lean was NyQuil and Sprite. Like,
right.
I didn't know like this was like a specific
like brand of
cough syrup, right? I'm like, yo, why the fuck are people just drinking NyQuil
right.
and Sprite? Like, what? Like, this is gonna make you sleepy.
Yo, dead ass. Like, it's I think like things were a little bit less accessible. You know, like so this is back when like Polo and Ralph Lauren or Polo and fucking True Religion was considered designer. You know, like people were.
Oh, man, that was designer.
Yo, you had that shit on. You were the man, nigga.
Bro. Oh yeah.
You were the man. And now like a polo shirt was probably like $100 or $120 at that point.
Yeah, that was the big pony was $120.
Right.
You had the big pony on.
He was big money.
Yeah, he was like,
big pony, big money.
Yeah.
Nigga. True Religion jeans. I never owned a pair of True Religion jeans. How much were those?
They were like 100 and above.
LRG too, like that was like
LRG that was never like popping like that.
LRG was popular.
No, it was popping in the sense that people wore it, but that wasn't considered like a.
Oh no, but
no, I was big money.
Okay, my bad, big baller.
You stepped into my territory.
My bad.
Yeah, LRG was regular.
Okay.
LRG was regular.
Okay.
Nah, but True Religion and Polo was like Ralph Lauren Polo.
But even then, like spending $100 was like insane on one T-shirt and one pair of jeans. Now jeans are costing thousands of dollars, and shirts are costing. A white T-shirt is like $900. You know, sneakers we would rock like Jordans, which was I think at that time maybe like 160. Yeah, like 160 maybe like 160ish. And now like sneakers are costing upwards of $1,000 also. So like I think right now we're just getting into the space where like. You know, we're trying to emulate them, like the rappers to the fullest. And rappers were wearing these things, you know? Like, rappers were wearing, like, the regular clothes. They would have, like, the long-ass fucking chain that would dangle down to their navel and shit. But, like, outside of that, it was just, like, more things that were, like, I guess, easily accessible. And then Wayne jumped into, like, the lean. And around that time, we started seeing, like, rap.
And he was the biggest rapper out at that time. Like, Wayne was dropping heat.
Heat, bro.
Like, heat. Like, weekly.
Yeah, those no ceilings, it's killing them. Had the game on lock, nigga.
Bro, he was saying things like I didn't even like he was putting sentences together like people never heard of.
Bro, I couldn't even at my fucking age at that time. I didn't even know what the fuck he was talking about. Like I wasn't able to piece it together until you look back and like listen to it.
There was this one line he said, he's like, popping a bitch mouth like a gusher. I was like, oh shit, this guy's crazy.
Who comes up with this shit,
bro? I'm not gonna lie to you. No lie. One of my friends, when we heard, I'm like, yo, he said those words. I was like, yo, how does he think of shit like this? Yo? So, yo, when you have the #1 rapper promoting drugs, you're like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Right. I want to be cool.
I want to do that. But then also, like I said, it wasn't accessible like that. You know, like we probably had like probably one single person in like the whole community sold lean.
Trapping lean.
Right. Now the shit's is like fucking everywhere. You feel me? And it's like, I feel like our drugs are just becoming, I guess it's more accessible these days, you know.
It's becoming a big problem, man. I just
hope popping pills was a big thing. Even look at Rich Homie Quan now, you know, like
I just hope this thing is just like a wake up call, man. Like that there's consequences to doing drugs, right?
Yeah.
Obviously you seen him overdose. And obviously Lil Wayne didn't overdose. Or maybe he did and we don't know it, right? But
he came very close a couple times.
But apparently. Look at how he looks now. Right? Like we talking about black don't crack, but Wayne, like the years of drugs caught up to him.
Yeah.
And obviously, the guy still puts out great music, so no shade them on that. But I hope, like, just looking at him, like, just see like what the results are in the end. Because it doesn't happen right away. Right, you could do drugs for a couple of years and still look all right, but like it will catch up.
I think the closest person, and I hope that they change their life, is fucking speaking directly. Kodak, if you fucking hear this shit, is him. Like he is like kissing the line of like an OD, you know. And I hope that's not the case, but it's like, you know, it's like he's kind of deteriorating. Him and what is that other nigga that used to be really popular at one point in time? I'm drawing a blank, but right now, like we've lost.
What
like
song does he do?
Couldn't even tell you right now.
Okay, great talk.
Couldn't even tell you. Couldn't even tell you right now. I'm drawing a blank. I'm looking at his face. He like started losing his teeth and everything too now.
Can't think of it.
I'm gonna remember it after this. I guarantee it. But at this point, we lost Macklemore to OD to overdose. We've lost not Macklemore, Mac Miller. Same shit. Yeah. We lost Mac Miller to.
That's offensive.
We lost Mac Miller to overdose, and we lost Juice WRLD to overdose, and I think now it's
Rich Homie
Quan.
Oh, we lost that other guy. I mean, I never listened to his music. Was Lil Peep, the other white rapper?
He died.
Yeah, he died from an overdose. He had a lot of tattoos.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Long time ago.
I didn't know that.
I think it was like very like relatively like close to when Juice WRLD died.
Okay. I wasn't really into his music either, but I didn't know he died.
Yeah, I mean,
Lil Peep?
Mm-hmm.
Really? No, he ain't die. Lil Peep?
Do you know who Lil Peep is?
Let me look this up.
We'll make a bet.
Oh, okay, Lil Peep. Yeah, he did die, but I was thinking of. I can't remember the other guy's name either. The nigga that J. Cole was beefing with.
Lil Pump.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
He's still alive and supporting Trump.
Right. Yeah. I was thinking of Lil Pump. Yeah. But yeah, I think at this point we're definitely trickling down to like losing our rappers to like drugs, and I hope that this is a wake up call. I mean, a lot of people mourned Juice WRLD's death, and apparently not enough at this point. Yeah. You know, like, we haven't learned our lesson.
I mean, shit, I did. I've never fucked with drugs, man. Specifically that, because I'm so scared that like my first time is just gonna be like that'll be it for me. Like I want to do it. I've always wanted to do drugs, yo. But my fear of it, like just being like one of those people, like just with bad luck, like my first time, like just overdose, like fuck.
I think, but that's one thing. Like I can't even handle fucking weed. Yeah. Like weed is just not
Weak.
For me. Bro, call me a weenie from Weenie Hut Jr.
Weenie Hut Jr.
I cannot fucking handle weed.
Guy smokes weed, thinks he's like tripping.
Bro, think I'm tripping? I'm like in another fucking world. I don't understand how niggas do drugs.
You know what I want to do? What I do want to do, and one, I think your cousins, somebody in your family pretty much fucking almost shoved it down our throat was, I do want to try shrooms.
Okay.
If we go back there, like I deal with her, like, you know?
Yeah.
But I want to do it in a controlled environment. I want to feel safe.
Nah, that's not for me either.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll let you do it, and I'll be the.
You'll let me do it. Thank you for permission.
I'll give you the permission.
Yeah.
I'll let you do it, but I will be I'll be your chaperone. You know, I'll make sure that you're good.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I'll make sure that nothing happens to you and you don't fucking like jump out a window or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's my fear. Like, I feel like I'm gonna fucking do drugs and then like fucking just fly out of a fucking window, like the closest window. Bro. I fucking smoke weed and think I'm like...
You'll let all intrusive thoughts win?
Yeah, bro. Dead ass. I start smoking weed and intrusive thoughts are just like actual thoughts. Like, fucking jump out of this moving car, nothing will happen to you. I'm like, yeah, no, that's just not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
All right, man. I think we'll leave it on that note.
Yeah, man. I think
so
it's a good episode.
Yeah, great episode. Yo, once again, rest in peace, Rich Homie Quan.
Mm-hmm.
I hope this is a lesson for a lot of you younger people still doing drugs and being out in the streets and doing like shit like that, thinking it's cool. Yo, life can catch up to you at any moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hope y'all enjoyed the episode. Yo, make sure y'all hit that like button, drop a comment, make sure y'all sub. If you didn't feel like watching our faces, just listen to us on Spotify and Apple. We're on everywhere.
And stay tuned, guys. We got a lot of things in store. We're trying to feed the people. We're trying to give you guys
the streets.
Trying to give you guys what you want. You know, so definitely stay tuned.
All right, stay tuned. See y'all
later.